Coming to you from the Poorly Painted Studios in Cumming, Georgia, this is the Chuck and Z Show. And now, here's Chuck and Z.
Wow.
That's a pretty cool intro, man.
It is. I think that we have outkicked our coverage. There's
Hey,
no way I'm
guys.
going to live up to that intro.
Or if any of our friends are going to be out here.
Yeah,
Not
I
me.
know. I know, right? Anyways, first of all, let me just say thank you to Miss Sharon Klein for doing the voiceover on our intro. That was really cool of her to do.
So cool.
She is a professional voiceover artist, a sweet human being, but most of all, she's our friend.
She's our friend.
So thank you very much, Sharon. We truly appreciate the intro. Thank you.
Yes. Hey, Tiffany. I see you over there watching. Appreciate the support.
Hi, Tiff. So obviously we're gathering here this evening because we were featured in a writer story today with Harley-Davidson, and it was such a cool thing. Obviously, I want you to talk a little bit about it because they contacted you first. But I remember when you first said, "Hey, Chuck, they want us to do this." I was like, "The writer stories?" And she was like, "Yeah,
Yeah."
And I was like, "But all those people are like so cool. They have like such a cool background, and they've done crazy things like ride overseas. And well, I guess we've done a little bit of that too. But still, I mean, it was." Just so cool. It's an honor. I'm super humbled to be a part of this. So thank you so much.
It's an honor and a privilege.
It is an honor and a privilege.
So thank you. Yeah.
So thank you very much.
So Harley reached out to me to ask if I would even be interested in the opportunity. And of course, I'm not going to say no. Hello. Like, it's Harley-Davidson. I'm going to ride. I'm gonna want the opportunity. So, obviously that was a yes. And to be able to include and to be featured together was like the biggest win for us, because that's kind of what we set out doing. Like, Chuck introduced me to writing 6 years ago, and it's just been nonstop from there. But at the same time, it was like, I have my other things on the side that I do with my writing, but it's always been him and me all the time. So to be able to be featured together was fun. Siempre
juntos. It's a saying that we have. It means always together. I think I'm probably butchering that, right? I'm not saying it right.
Siempre juntos.
I've got a really bad Southern accent, so when I try to speak in Spanish,
yeah. Hey, what's up, Anonymous Biker USA? Thanks for coming up, guys.
Yeah. So this is really cool. I mean, one of the first things they did is after we said yes, they set up an interview for us. So we got to interview with Joe Gustafson, and was Gene on that call? Joe Gustafson.
It was a bunch of the producers and some of the
filmmakers.
The filmmakers that were
like Trent
involved.
was on that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we did that interview, and it was such an easy conversation because they're like, "Hey, tell us about you and riding bikes." And I mean, that's the easiest interview ever, because when do I not want to talk about that, right? So that was awesome. It really resonated, and I felt like after a while I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, are we actually? This is an interview thing, isn't it?"
I know.
We
It
were
felt
just
like
talking about
a normal like hang.
Yeah, like it's like bike night over Zoom or whatever we were doing.
Yeah, so it was fun. And so the video aired today, and we were very, very excited and appreciate all the support and you guys watching it and sharing it to your stories and everything, and sharing it with your friends and family. Because I mean, I honestly felt like it really portrayed who we are as a couple, why we ride, and just the outlet. And it also, the fact that we got to ride in our neck of the woods and got to ride our favorite roads and around where we live was an extra plus. So.
Yeah. No, them coming here and filming us in our natural habitat was phenomenal. I mean, Wolfpen Gap is my favorite road. I know it's not for everyone, but I love it. But that whole area, all of Suches, Blood Mountain, that whole area, I just could go up there and just ride and ride and ride. So having them go up there and ride that with us was really cool.
Yeah.
Although it's funny, I'll tell you something funny about that is that whenever we were doing the interview, we were joking around, I think, about the weather. We were joking around about how Georgia weather, like you'll experience all 4 seasons in one day. Like you, and it was kind of a joke. Like, you know, we were joking around about it and they laughed, and then they get here and the day that they came in.
Hold up. So it's not the day that they come in. It's like all week long. It was 70s, like mid 70s weather. It was like perfect. We're like, okay, we're going to film. It's going to be perfect. It's probably going to be a little chilly in the morning, but then in the afternoon, it's going to lighten up and it's going to be great. And, you know, we're going to have really dry. It's going to be great. 2 days before, it's like chances of snow. And we're like,
snow?
What in the world?
This is April 9th, right?
Yeah, it was in April, early April. But yeah, we had, so in the morning we got up. It was a cool 39 degrees. We rode over to,
but no, we walked outside and there's literally snow coming out of the sky.
Some flurries.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a blizzard. I mean, I'm over exaggerating a little bit. Some flakes, but still it was.
No, it hadn't started to snow that yet.
Really?
Remember, it started snowing when we were in the mountains. The flakes started coming down.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We were. Yeah. No, you're right. No,
you're talking about our trip to Daytona.
Yeah, no,
where
you're
it
right.
was flurries.
You're right.
We're like, we're out, Atlanta.
Nope, you got me. You're right. I confused the two. That was both similar mornings, though.
So, Anonymous Biker says that you should be hired by 60 Minutes because you're very colloquial in your conversation.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's giving me crap because I used that word.
I know.
I used like a $2 word in a 3-cent conversation one time, and he's never let me live it down since then.
$2 word in a 3-cent conversation. Okay.
Every time I turn around, he's like, yeah, it's very colloquial of you.
All right. So, anyways, yeah, we did get to experience a lot of different weather types that whole day.
So yeah, we're in the mountains in Wolfpen Gap, and we're supposed to be bombing around these corners, and it's literally, you know, frozen rain coming out of the sky.
It's flurries.
Yeah.
And so we finished up some you know, riding through those corners, which is Wolfpen Gap. If you don't know North Georgia mountains, it's actually the next best thing to the Tail of the Dragon, which is really crazy to think that it's that good, but it could be better, right?
I think it's better.
But it really is a lot of turns within 11 miles. So, you know, if anyone knows about the Tail of the Dragon up in North Carolina, Dill's Gap, it's 318 curves.
Something like that, yeah.
In 11 miles or something like that. So I would say that Wolfpen is pretty on par with that.
The way I describe the difference between Wolfpen and that is that the Tail of the Dragon is kind of like an endurance thing. Like there's so many, but they're not really technical.
Back to back.
Right? Yeah. There's some of them are a little technical,
yeah.
But you've got hairpin after hairpin on Wolfpen, and then you've got some really sharp turns. I remember whenever I first started riding it, I was on a V-Rod. And the bike was as long as the turn.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really get it around it without slinging the back end.
I know.
But no, it's my favorite road. So them coming here and filming that was awesome, especially and being willing to break down this car and put these cameras all over it and chase us through the mountains. It was phenomenal. I got fussed at a few times though, because you got to keep your hands on the handlebars, and I can't seem to do that. So I'm riding and I'll drop my hand and they're like, bars.
Right. Yes. You're right, Anonymous Biker. Wolfpen is so much better with zero traffic. It freaking sucks with traffic.
It does suck with traffic.
It's like going 5 miles an hour on a 55 miles per hour like highway. That's what it feels like.
I will 100% give that to the Tail of the Dragon. That those folks, they get over,
right?
They get over it. They see the bike behind them and they get over. But Wolfpen, it's like they go, I'm going to go slower.
We live around here. You guys are just visiting.
I'm going to slow on down. You can just get tired of riding this road, promise you.
Yeah. But that was fun. And then going around Beaufort Dam.
Yes, so beautiful.
Around Lake Lanier.
At sunset?
At sunset. That was amazing. and it was fun. And around that time, it was pretty much like spring weather.
It's almost summer. It's like in a bathing suit.
Yeah.
So it went from, snow to, hey, some barbecue around
Summertime.
here.
We needed to have like
Where's the barbecue at?
some water sports going on.
But no, it was a great time. And then, after, it took us, well, the interview was fun too, because they came into the garage and we had to basically black out the entire garage in order to make the lighting work, which was a lot of fun. And luckily I had some equipment. They were so good at doing that too. It was fun. I learned a lot while they were here. It was a good time watching them work.
Yes.
Yeah. Joe Carlino. I'm saying that wrong. I always feel like I'm saying his name wrong, but Joe and Max and Trent and Snake Dumpster, Snake Dumpster.
He goes by Snake.
But his
handle is
his handle on Instagram is Snake Dumpster. So in my mind, he is Snake Dumpster. I just can't get it out of
Some cool ass guys, man.
Yeah, they were cool dudes, and we had a great time. But we filmed from what time? They got here at
we filmed from 7, and then we parted ways at like 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
We went and had dinner with them. It was a great time. I really enjoyed it.
And then they found a Korean barbecue joint that we didn't even know about.
In our
neighborhood. They're like, hey, was this place good? And we're like, So we went and had it. It was really good, actually.
Yeah. Now, Buford Dam is a nice ride, but with no cars to Anonymous Biker, because people are so slow. I mean, but it is kind of a windy little area around there. They make it's on purpose, right? But it's fun. It was a fun day. It was a fun opportunity. We waited 3 months for this to actually come to fruition, and couldn't be happier. And it was super exciting. So
yeah, thank you, Harley and the production company Trit and guys for making us look so really cool. I truly, really appreciate that, because after we were done, we were like, man, I felt like I sounded dumb. I know I look bad or whatever. And then you see the video and you're like, that's pretty cool.
I know.
That worked out really well.
It's really crazy to know, like, there was a long conversation. It was probably like 30 minutes of conversation that we had that they had to reduce to 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Even less, because there wasn't a lot of talking. It's a 2-minute video. Just to see it, but we didn't even get to see it until today. So we didn't see it until you guys saw it, and we were so like antsy. Like, I wonder what parts of the interview they were going to put into the video.
What resonated with them?
Yeah, like what spoke, and it came out.
I thought it came out.
Out really well.
Yeah. So again, truly, truly appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so much, Harley, and everyone that was involved. Anything else that you wanted to talk about, Z, before we end this for the evening?
Anonymous Biker said that you looked devilishly handsome, sir.
Well, thank you. I try.
Right on.
I had a whole regimen that I go through with my creams, and thank you.
We appreciate you guys really in the support, and share, like, subscribe. We're actually going to have more of a different kind of tone to our YouTube channel these days. We like to talk a lot, and we don't like to do a whole lot of, we don't have a lot of time for a lot of production and things like that. So it's going to be more of a podcast style. So if you guys like podcasts, that's how we're pretty much going to run this. And we're going to try to do one at least once weekly, and get your feedback on it. It might not always be about motorcycles. Who knows? It could just be about life in general. So
we need a leftovers episode.
Yes,
we do. So
we have so many videos and so many adventures.
I know, it's crazy. Like, Hawaii's a leftover. Can you believe that? Like, I've got so much footage from Hawaii, y'all. I rode through Jurassic Park. It was so cool. And like, I've got so much footage from that. And then Road Atlanta, which, by the way, Harley hooked us up with as well.
Yes.
The Road Atlanta thing. And we got to meet, it was such a cool adventure.
It was fun. We got to actually ride.
And then you did the Leaders Chattanooga event and all these other really cool rides where we have so much footage. That
we just came back from a holiday trip with our friends to Destin, and we did a ride there.
We did Daytona in like a day. And then And then we went down to Destin, and then we're getting ready to do Sturgis. So we're going to do Sturgis this year. We're going to trailer it up. Yes, I'm trailering, but I want to get there and be able to ride the bike right away. So I feel like if I'm on the bike for a literal 24 hours, I might not want to ride the next day. So we're going to trailer up and going out with some really cool people. We plan on doing some podcasts, and
you will and you won't.
I will.
You will and you won't.
I will and I won't. But so we'll probably do a podcast with those folks. Cool. Again, so thank you to everyone who shared the podcast. I know I need to wrap it up, right? All right. Thanks, everybody.
You're good.
Have a good one. Please don't forget,
watching.
like and subscribe. We need it. Take care. Bye.
Appreciate you. Chuck and Z. Oh.
That's not going to be a thing.